Alright, what's up everybody? Just got to the gym here. That's actually a mural of me right there with my shirt off before I got a little bit of a tan. And anyway, we're about to get into my full body workout day 4, but there's actually 5 workouts in the cycle. I have a day 1, 1.5, because that was a new one I uploaded. I have the new day here. It's just it's the shortest day out of the 5. I have a day 1, a day 1.5, a day 2, 3, and 4 for a 5-day total split. Ideally, you want to be training every other day. Hope you're recovering in time. Now, I always say this in them. I'm gonna be popping this up. You can look at my workouts playlist for all these workouts here. If I'm not hitting full bodies on these days, it's a full upper body, and then when my legs recover, it'll be it may look like this: upper body, full body, upper body, full body, upper body, full body, upper body, full body. It may look like that. So anyway, we're about to get in here. I believe today is my 11 rep day. I could be wrong. It may be my 15 rep day. Now, I'm not sure if I'm doing any type of flex or anything. I'm actually up to 173. I've been kind of sitting there. I've had to up the calories. I've been gaining mass like crazy. I've been gaining strength like crazy since I switched to a more of a every other day type training, full body / upper body, where I'm stimulating my muscles almost every other day like that, super frequently. Been seeing the gains come on like crazy. It's hard to see because my body fat is getting on up there now, but I can definitely tell, like, I'm obviously constantly assessing my physique. The mass is definitely coming on. Like I said, it's hard to see with the camera here, but I don't know if I'm even going to do any kind of flex or anything as of now that I got the jacket on, the hoodie on, 2 layers down low. We're going to be hitting, we're just about to get into it, but going to foam roll first, then hop in. Not going to record that today. I recorded my foam rolling routine in day 3. I'll pop that video up here. About to get into it though. It's a great workout again. You'll see here, 1 set per exercise. You get in, you stimulate, you give it your all basically on that set. Perfect form to failure. You get in, you stimulate, you get out, you stimulated growth in your muscles, you stimulated strength growth in your muscles. You feel great after. It gives you energy. You don't come out of the gym feeling drained as hell. And it's not easy by any means, but you're training smart, not training hard. Which, when you're training smart, you're still training hard. You're just not training purely hard. You know what I'm saying? We got brains here. Let's use our brains and train smart, just not hard, and get more benefits from the effort that we're putting in. So here we go. Gonna get into it. Super stoked to bring this one to y'all here. Run this program, my 5-day split here for a while. I'm telling y'all gonna see some amazing results. Constantly tweaking my program. Gonna be coming out with programs soon for download and online coaching as well. But let's get into it. Another thing I wanted to say is I didn't bring my tripod, so get ready for a lot of low angles. So I'm gonna have to rig something up with my phone and just sit my camera down. So we're still gonna get it done right. We're gonna use the imagination. So anyway, let's get into this workout.
Solving the problems which stand between where we now are and the point we wish to reach. Things over in the past have completely changed by all the worry in the world. 30%. Needless worries about our health. 12%. Miscellaneous worries, 10%. Reopen and reflect the moment of the human mind. Consider what it's accomplished. You do realize that we are developing so rapidly that we've come further in the realm of progress in the past 50 years. Spending 5 hours taking in a solid vein of pure gold because your mind is pausing. Now listen, quickly recap. 1. This week starts better. Just as a child will put its fingers in the way of a closed door, anticipating driving discovers he's not going to make the curve. How many times have you been terrified because you have been conquered? Not just the rules of man, but the rules of nature. How many times have you been...
Alright everybody, welcome to the commentary of the video. First movement is going to be a plate loaded push-up. Now, I recommend you going with, if you build up to past 45 pounds, I forget exactly what I have in there, use 35s because the 45-pound plate is so wide that it actually, your elbows hit them when you come down, and you don't want to be flaring your, like you could make it not hit by flaring your elbows out, but that's going to put your shoulder in a very vulnerable position. So I basically took that into complete failure there. You saw I went down, and I knew basically coming back up wasn't going to happen. And I classify going to failure as basically until you can no longer do the rep or the exercise with perfect form, and that's where I like to take it. I don't know if I alluded to this earlier, but every exercise is only one set, okay? And I can't stress enough how much warming up is. All these are just warm-up sets here, and I'm going to show y'all here. Also, the whole workout is down linked below, but see how now I'm going straight over to some Arnold presses here. Now, those warm-ups for the seated V-bar cable rows, that wasn't working sets yet. That was just warm-up. This is going to save time now with this workout program. See, now if I jump straight in from the chest, straight into the overhead press, I'm not going to be able to do as much work because my front delts are going to be so much more exhausted. But by warming up for the chest exercise, doing the push-ups, then right after the push-ups, doing warm-up sets for my back, it's allowing my front delts and chest to, and my triceps to rest. So now I do that, and I feel enough rested to move into the working sets for the overhead press. Man, I have to count. I'll put it somewhere. I'll put it in the like the title of the video if it's the 15 or 11 rep day. I can't remember right off the top of my head. And when editing this video, I didn't go back and actually count anything. Or I'll say basically on those kind of days, like my leg training is always separate rep schemes than my upper body. But Arnold press here is super good for the side delts. That's the main focus. Use your mind muscle connection a lot to really focus on your side delts. Because if not, you could easily make this a more front delt exercise. But I've done this exercise and overhead presses. If you really get that mind muscle connection going, in the next day, I've only been sore in my side delt. So it is possible to put the most stress on just the side delts here. And I sped it up there so you can see, even though these are free weights, you can basically see it's like the motion is like almost exactly the same every time. It's like my arms are locked into place. That's how you want to have. You want to have that much control over the dumbbells. You don't want to have your arms going all over the place. And you'll see here what I normally do, like right there, I knew I couldn't go up another set, or I can't remember. Normally I couldn't tell if I hit the goal rep or not. I wasn't counting the reps, but sometimes I'll do, like, just say if I needed to go one more rep and I know I can't go up that last one, or even if I did hit my goal rep, that last one, I really exaggerate the negative, the coming down, because that's really what's going to hit your muscle fibers the most and actually break them down the most, which is going to build them up the most. I'm a little behind here on the commentary, but I've only done this a couple times, actual commentary over the footage. But working set here on the rows. Now, the lower you pull, the more you're actually going to be hitting the lats. The higher you pull, the more you're going to be hitting like your upper traps, rhomboids, and rear delts. I'm trying to build, the V taper. New video of Jeff Nippard was saying, basically looking at a bunch of science and stuff, that rows hit the lats basically pretty much, maybe not quite as effective, but they really stimulate the V taper. It's not just for like thickness, like a lot of people think. A lot of people think vertical pulls are for width, horizontal pulls are for thickness, but it's not the case. But this day is a more horizontal based main two focuses for the chest and back, as you can see there. So right after the rows there, and if you notice when I was warming up too, I always keep my back straight up. I don't let myself roll all the way forward. I think that puts your shoulder in an unhealthy position. I like keeping my chest up, shoulder blades down and back, and I preach that for basically every exercise. Is going to keep your body in a very healthy position. Your shoulders in a healthy position is going to keep you injury free for the longest point in time. Row face pulls here. Now that's why I like to go low with my rows, because I actually have something that specifically hits my rear delts here, and this actually does hit the upper back, upper traps, and all things like that. But again, mind muscle connection is completely pulling with the rear delts here. Mind muscle connection on the rows is completely with the lats. You don't want to be pulling with your arms or anything like that. And you'll see as you get heavier, you're gonna have to be leaning. I personally don't like putting my foot up. I've tried it one time and it actually hurt my leg. Like, it felt weird. I don't like putting my leg up when it gets heavy. I just step in a little bit closer when it gets heavier. And you're gonna have to lean a little bit, but that changes the angle that you have to pull. Still just pull horizontal toward your face. Keep your chin kind of tucked in. You don't want to be jamming your chin in too far. And I like to do the kind of grip y'all saw there, where it's kind of like a more of an overhand grip instead of like a hammer grip with it. It allows me to get more weight, more overload, all that kind of good stuff, which is going to be more beneficial for long-term muscle growth, strength growth, which, you know, if you're making more, it's gonna be more productive for progressive overload, basically getting you stronger over time because you can handle more weight like that. So that's why I believe that is the better of the grips that you can do. And I've done all the grips there from, you know, long periods of time, and then found that was the best. So you can try. And I'm gonna be making a whole video just on the rope face pull, explaining all that, maybe a little more deeply and all that, and showing all that good stuff. But after the rope face pulls, coming straight into leg time, baby. This is more basically for leg days. I'm either doing squats or deadlifts. That's all I'm doing for my legs right now. Like the main quads or hamstrings, I took out all leg extensions and hamstring curls and things like that. And mainly I like showing these warm-ups because it is so crucial. And I think a lot of people don't, you know, a lot of people I talk to actually don't really understand the warming up thing. They don't warm up correctly in my mind. Basically, you're trying to get just the feel. You don't want to be exhausting yourself like crazy. And another thing real quick, for deadlifts, the goal rep is 10 reps always for me. That's what I always go for. Every deadlift day is 10 rep days. And then for my squats, I actually switch those reps up just like my upper body, but always 10 reps for me on the goal of deadlifts. But the warm-ups, basically, when you're warming up to the weight, you want to basically divide your jump ups and weights evenly as possible all the way up to your weight. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing 200, you maybe want to jump by 50-pound increments until you get to 200. Or you can always jump more weight in the beginning because the weight is lighter. And then as the weight gets heavier, you want to actually make smaller jumps. That will surely make you feel alive. Truly, surely, positively. The bun's going crazy, but I'm getting it in. All right, now after the deads here, we're coming to a little bit. Now I say 1 set per exercise, right? That doesn't mean 1 set per muscle group. Sometimes I'll throw in, you know, some days have 2 sets per muscle group. Normally like a compound and an isolation. So like here, you know, we did the overhead pressing earlier in the workout, and this is just a way here I'm coming back at the end of the workout just to give myself more total weekly volume and just stimulate my side delts a little more focused on, you know, a little more exactly here. A movement that's exactly just hitting the side delt. I mean, it hits your forearms and some of the traps a little bit too, but just a little more stimulation on the side delts. That's something I've really been focusing a lot on this bulk. Is side delts, like the frequency of that, and like basically doing side delt raises every freaking workout. And I'm excited. So I can tell the delts are really popping, and I'm excited to see what they're going to look like once I get cut. Now you can see this is what I found. This is what I really found the best for me when I do anything like over basically 5 pounds or something like I mean 7.5 pounds might be fine too, but anything over that I like to basically kind of lean forward a little bit on this bench. I like doing single arm. Okay, so it makes me focus, like, you know what I'm saying, you can get dead laser sharp focus on each delt here. Lean forward a little bit, arch your back forward just a little bit. And sometimes I go with a supinated grip, like you can see here, how my hands my palms are facing forward. With doing that and leaning forward, it basically puts your shoulder in the same position that it would be if you were doing just a regular, you know, standing straight up and palms facing the ground kind of deal. It just puts your shoulder in a healthier position. There's more space in your shoulders when you actually do it like that. That's why I prefer doing it like that. Because in the past I actually have gotten impingement from trying to do like the, you know, a lot of people say, you know, do it and act like you're pouring water. I highly advise against that. And then came back here and hit just some good old calf raises, and this is working more the inner calf. I have a day for my squat days. I actually do seated with toes out, which actually targets my outer calf more. All right, last thing there, and I'll be probably doing commentating all over all this, so time to get in some stretching, and I'll sign this video off. Alright everybody, that is it for the workout. We're moving to stretches here. Now again, I've experimented with this, okay? Stretching after workouts versus not stretching after workouts. Okay, like I did this thing, I stretched for months after workouts. Generally the most I've ever built up to is a 3x30, unless I have a really tight area or something I really want to focus on. Then I may, you know, specifically on that one muscle group, stretch that out for more. But what I've learned and why, you know, so I did stretching for months, and then I stopped stretching after the workouts for, you know, it was just a couple weeks is all I needed. Really, the next day I could tell. Every time I do not stretch after workouts, I've noticed I've been a lot sore. So that's impeding the recovery. And especially with this training, with really any training, the main goal is, you know, it's progressive overload stuff too, but basically the more you can train, here's the best way to do it. You want to train, stimulate your muscles, right, your nervous system, okay? The faster you can get back in the gym and do that again, you know, where you're actually recovered. You don't want to come back and do that when you're not recovered, but, you know, so train, stimulate, recover, come back in, train, stimulate, recover. As much as you can possibly do that, the better. So by stretching, you're going to be taking away the soreness. Therefore, you're going to be able to, you know, it might take away basically like a whole day of soreness and recover you that much faster. So like these here are, I'm doing my hip flexors. Basically all these at the beginner for my lower bodies. And this here is basically like the front of my shin. I don't know exactly what that muscle is called, but like the front of my shin, top of my foot, and my ankle. This all stretches here. You'll see I'll start out more with it flat, and then I'll kind of roll it to the side. This feels absolutely amazing. If you've never done this, for sure give this one a try. But again, don't just only stretch this, and then, you know, you want to actually stretch the back side of your muscles as well. So the ones at the beginning, I mean, just absolutely a great stretch. Is that one where I look like where I fold all over on the ground? It looks kind of funky, like, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely amazing lower back stretch. Absolutely amazing lower back stretch. Like, that's the best lower back stretch I've ever done. And it's just great for squatting and deadlifting to really decompress that spine, stretch everything out. I'll pop this video up here in the top corner of a science here when I actually taken here is 5 grams of L-leucine before my 15 minutes before my meal. There's a bunch of studies on this showing basically, I think it gives you like double. It gave like they did, you know, group, you know, this people didn't take it at the workout, this people did take it at the workout before meals. Or just before meals in general, and they had twice as much muscle gain. So basically you're getting more bang for your buck out of this. Check that video out if you want to see more of that. I really appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.